Hello, this is another trick in Excel. And now with me is showing to you is the report that is issued by the European Commission every week about a series of products entering into Europe and they are caught to be dangerous. Now when you submit this report to your boss, he or she may ask you to highlight those items that are serious, and your immediate reaction is to use the find and replace option to replace the format to become, for example, red, and it may be useful to you, and just try it. You use Control H, and then you find, I said it already here, you key in the word series, okay? And then with no format set, and here you don't need to type it again, and you use the word red color, okay? Then you can find it, and or you can just replace all, or just set a few items first. Okay, become red color, and you can replace all, and then turn them to red. That is one little way. But he or she, I mean your boss, may ask you to highlight the whole range, a whole line in yellow, to make it more clear. But it will be more difficult to use this method. You know, this not. You find that it may be difficult, or he or she may even have more difficult requirements. For example, they may only want you to hide only serious products, a certain kind of products like toys. Okay, only toys, serious toys, you highlight them. So this will be very complicated. In this case, you may consider to use VBA, and VBA is the more powerful tool in doing whatever job that you can imagine. Almost everything can be done. Now to go to VBA. Use alternate F11. Because the codes are not that simple, I typed it already and I explained to it line by line. First of all, the name, any name will do. Here I make the name highlight the risk. And C is a variable called range, and you can use, of course, whatever variable that you like to use, for example, cell, range, or whatever it is. And third address to the string, and it means that when you find every C, every cell range in every cells, and if you find it series, then you remember the address at the first address in this as this variable. And keywords is a word that you want to find, okay, in the term against series. Suppose your boss may ask you to find other risk, then you have to change it to other risk, okay? Now for the worksheets, the first one, if you have many worksheets, of course you can do a loop to loop all this for different worksheets. But now only for one worksheet, I use the first worksheet, 1, and cells mean every cell, the whole range, the full range in this worksheet. If you want to find a certain particular range, then of course you can define here. And this is the key line for find objects. This C, you find using that keyword, look in the values, not a formula. And you have other parameters that may consider use, for example, whether the case sensitive or not sensitive. Then it can also define here using the parameters. Now, C is nothing, means if you find it for every cell that this VBA trying to check, for example, when the cell comes here, that doesn't match, comes here, does not match, then we come one by one. Computer is never tiring. It will test every cell for you without any complaint. Okay, so if you cannot find that keyword, it simply says C is nothing. But if when it comes to this cell, it match. It is matched now. So in this case, then what we do is not C is nothing. Send for this cell is matching the condition that you're given. Then you will remember the first address at address here. That is the first running of the VBA. And after this first running, you come to the second part, is the do loop. This loop will check continuously until the address is equal to the first address, then it will stop. If you happen to forget this condition, as when I first learned to use this VBA, then you will have a endless loop. Okay, and that will be very disturbing. And without the break key in your keyboard, then you will have a great problem to stop it. Okay, now when the loop you check the value whether the matter keyword, if yes or no, it doesn't matter. We always go to the next step. But if you yes, this means is nothing, then you will have to see entire row with color into yellow as what your boss is telling you to do. Now you are telling your computer to do exactly the same that you want to do, and that is the key line for that. So it continuously would highlight the entire row with yellow whenever it have matching this condition that not C is nothing. Okay. So now the logic is like that, and I'm now going to check it whether it works. And debug it, and I've debugged it already, and so there's no error, and so I have to go back and do. But anything can happen, and one very bad thing about Excel VBA is that it cannot undo the changes. So the best thing is to save it as the backup first of your Excel sheet, and you back it up, and then you check your VBA. In running the VBA, you can use use alternate F8 or whatever key binding you're using. And now the highlights of which is VBA that I've just written. Then I run it. Okay, it works. This means that every row is now highlighted in yellow whenever the condition is met. That is, say, containing the word series. Okay, and this is just an example, and in fact you can do whatever thing you in your mind about manipulating the data. For example, you don't want to keep all the products, and you want to remove all lines that are not interesting. For example, you are only making charge adapter into all the rows that are not charge adapter or charger or whatever related product. You can delete them all, and the only thing you can do is using VBA. If you do it manually, it may be possible because it is only around 50 rows. But how about 500 or 5,000 rows, then it's not possible to do it manually. And also, this is a weekly report. This means that you have to do it every week. If you do it manually, this means you are busy for every week, and that is not also very good. So using VBA can save a lot of effort and time in manipulating Excel worksheets. Thank you. Bye-bye.